Hello yogis, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriam, and on this channel we do all things yoga all the time. I'm assuming if you're here on this video, it's because you have some tight hips or you just want a hip opening flow today. We're going to flow through 30 minutes of hip openers, completely suitable for beginners or anyone else just wanting to get some more mobility into the hips. Few supplies you'll need today are some yoga blocks, 2 yoga blocks, or some books would work as well, or even a stool in a pinch. But if you have yoga blocks, grab those, and a blanket. So I like to have a nice thick blanket, but you can have a blanket of any size, just as long as you can roll it up and it's comfortable. So let's get started. We're going to get started today in a supported Baddha Konasana. So you're going to take your blanket and unfold it until it makes a big rectangle like this. Then lay it down in front of you and roll it up like a burrito. Okay. From there, take the soles of your feet together. Take that blanket right over the tops of your feet and then tuck the ends up underneath your legs. If you have a shorter blanket, it'll just tuck up underneath your calves. If you have a longer blanket like this, you can get it all the way up and tuck it under the thighs. From there, start to roll yourself back and all the way down onto the mat. You can readjust yourself as you need. Now this blanket is going to provide support for the legs to gently open up, the hips to gently relax. If this is not supportive, you can always grab your blocks and slide those under your knees instead. This is just a very gentle hip opener. Take your arms down along your sides. Allow the palms to face up or down. Begin to settle into your breath. Allow your legs to relax, each and every muscle releasing and opening here. The hips gently letting go. Start to take deeper and deeper breaths here. And with each inhale and exhale, invite a tiny bit more release and relaxation into the hips. As you breathe here, just allow yourself to settle into this moment, into this time and place, preparing yourself for movement. And slowly begin to bring awareness back to the room. Close up the legs like a book. Draw one knee and then the other up and into your chest. And you can just leave that blanket right there for now, or move it off to the side as you start to rock yourself side to side here. Take those rocks into some big circles, releasing the knees for larger circles, one direction, and then the other. And draw your knees back up and into your chest. Keep a hold of your right knee. Plant your left knee down on the mat. If that blanket's in your way, you can just move it off to the side. Pulling your right knee up into the chest, take big circles through just the right hip. So you can take your left hand down to the top of your left hip. Roll that right knee in one direction and then the other. And draw your right knee back up and into the chest. Take it wide towards your armpit. So your thigh is going to glue to the outer edge of your torso. Pull that knee into the armpit. Take a big inhale there. On your exhale, see if you can pull that thigh a little bit closer in towards your side waist. Then release the right leg and cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Flex the right toes back towards the knee. Reach your arms down along your sides. Either grab the outer edges of the mat, or you can just plant your hands down and start to lift and lower this left foot. So just picking it up and putting it back down. No need to go crazy and pull that knee up into your chest. Just a gentle lift and lower. Notice your breath, then drop that left foot back down to the mat. Unwind the right foot from the left and plant the right foot down onto the floor. Draw your left knee up and into your chest and take that left knee into some big circles here. You keep your right hand on the top of your right hip and gently push it down, and then take those circles in the opposite direction. Pull that left knee back up into the chest. Take it wide towards the armpit here. Take a big inhale. Exhale and pull that left thigh closer in towards your left side waist. Then release the left leg and cross left ankle over right thigh. Flex your left toes back towards your knee. Take your arms down along your side and start to lift and lower the right foot now. Notice all the tense, tight places in the left hip, and just take your breath there. And lower that right foot back down. Unwind the left foot from the right. You can heel toe your feet out now as wide apart as the mat. Take your arms up to a T or a cactus shape. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Coming back through center, heel toe the feet back under the knees. Draw that right knee back up into the chest. Take it wide now again towards the armpit. And you can stay here, squeezing that right knee into the armpit. Take the left arm out to the left for counterbalance. Or come into a half happy baby by reaching this right arm up the inside of your leg. Grab the outside of your right foot or ankle and flex that foot up towards the ceiling. Then draw that right knee back down towards the mat. Keep the whole left side of your body pulling back to the left for a nice counterbalance. Notice your breath here, breathing into those tight places, inviting release through the hips. Begin to release that right foot. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh once more into your figure four. Flex those right toes, arms down along your side. Then pick up the left foot, thread your hands through that hole you just created and grab the back of the left thigh. Gently draw both legs up towards your chest and breathe space into that right hip here. It's getting a big stretch. Keep those right toes flexing to protect the right knee. Then drop the left foot down to the mat, unwind the right leg, pull the left knee up into your chest and wide towards the armpit. Take your right arm out to the right T or a cactus. That counterbalance. Now you can stay there again, just squeezing that left knee up into the armpit, or take a half happy baby by reaching that left arm up the inside of the leg, grab the outside of the foot, flex the foot up towards the ceiling and draw that left knee down towards the mat, left thigh towards the mat. Find your breath here. Begin to release that left foot, cross left ankle over right thigh. Take your arms down along your side, lift that right foot up, then thread your hands through that hole you've created. Grab the back of the right thigh and gently draw your legs up into your chest. Begin to release that right foot back down to the mat. Unwind the left foot. Take your arms out to a T as you let both knees fall over to the left. Keep this right shoulder pulling down towards the mat, and then maybe look back to the right. You can stay right there or take the left foot on top of the outer right thigh or knee and let it be heavy, drawing that right hip towards the top of the mat. Now unwind the left foot from the right. If you crossed that ankle over the thigh, bring the legs up through center and drop both knees over to the right. Pull the left shoulder down, maybe turn the head and look back to the left. Sinking everything into this twist, you might lift that right foot and take it to the outer left thigh or knee and let it be heavy, drawing that left hip towards the top of the mat. Begin to unwind the right foot from the left. Bring both knees back up through center. Draw them one at a time into the chest. You can either rock and roll yourself up or roll to one side, coming into a seated and then all the way forward and into a tabletop position. Plant your hands right under your shoulders, knees right under hips. Start to drop the belly button, arch the spine, lift the chest, maybe look up for an inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, round the spine, tuck chin, tuck tailbone. Keep this going with your breath. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round it out. Inhale, pull through, arch the spine. Exhale, push the floor away and round. Now tuck the toes under for the next few rounds and see how that changes the dynamic of this movement, if it does. Keep the breath going strong. Next time you inhale, come through to a neutral spine, untuck the toes, then grab those blocks and take them at this medium level right underneath your hands. So you're up in this elevated tabletop position. Push down into the base of the palms and draw everything in towards your solar plexus, right between the belly button and the sternum. Pop this right knee up off of the mat and start to take big circles through that right hip. Doesn't matter which way those circles go, just make sure you're pushing evenly into the hands so you're not leaning and dumping into the left side. Then take those circles in the opposite direction. Come through center, extend that right leg out long behind you, drop your toes down to the mat, push back through your right heel. Big breath in. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Then draw the chest forward between the hands, push into those blocks. Sweep this right leg out to the right, plant your toes in line with your left knee. push into the outer edge of that right foot, and then start to take some rocks back, dipping that left hip back towards the left heel, keeping the right foot planted, moving into the hips. And you can come back as far as your body mechanics let you, or go as shallow as you like. Here you might not even be rocking, maybe you're just upright. And bring yourself up through center, push into the hands, sweep these right toes all the way around to the left, then look back. See your right foot kick back through that right heel and sink the hips just a tiny bit to the left. Push into the hands, lift back up, sweep these right toes forward, and plant that right knee down next to the left back into your tabletop. Push into the hands here, pop up that left knee and take some big circles through the left hip. Now, doesn't matter which way they go, just make sure you're pushing evenly into the hands, and then take those circles in the opposite direction. Extend that left leg out long behind you. Drop your left toes down, push out through the heels. Make a big calf stretch here. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And start to pull your chest forward, high up on those left tippy toes. Swing that left leg out to the left. Plant the toes in line with your right knee and push into the outer edge of that left foot. And again, you can stay upright or start to take some rocks back, sinking your hips towards your right heel now, lifting and lowering. Keep pushing into the outer edge of that left foot. And bring yourself all the way up, plant into the hands, and sweep these left toes all the way over to the right. Look back and see your left foot, and then sink the hips back just a tiny bit towards the right. And start to pull your way through center. Sweep those left toes back and plant your left knee next to the right. Tuck both sets of toes under now and start to walk your hands back. You can keep the blocks with you, and if you can, start to sit all the way up and onto the heels. It's a big stretch for the bottoms of the feet here. If this feels all right, you might slide the knees a little bit away from you. Feel a bigger stretch through the arches of the feet. Lift through the crown of the head. Take another big inhale here. Then take your hands back down to the blocks. Walk them forward. Untuck the toes and tap out to the tops of the feet here. Okay. From here, you can keep your blocks at this medium level or flip them all the way up to the highest level now. So you've got a lot more space to work with. Push into the base of the palms and sweep these right toes back once more. Then pull that right foot forward and plant it outside that right hand block. Turn your toes out at a bit of an angle so they're pointing off the corner, right hand upper corner of the mat. Okay. You're going to inhale here, start to sink the hips forward and lift the chest, really push into the hands. Maybe you even look up. As you exhale, sink it back through a half split. So these right toes are popping up, this right hip is reaching back, and the left hip is reaching forward. Inhales to pull forward, drop the hips, lift the chest. Exhale to sink it back. Keep these going. Follow your breath. Few rounds here. And bring yourself all the way back forward into this lizard lunge. You might slide the left knee back a little bit. We're going to sink our way in. So you may stay up on the blocks, sinking the hips forward and down, or you might start to lower the blocks levels Okay, maybe take forearms down to the blocks. You might roll this right foot onto the outer edge of the foot, opening that right hip out to the right. That's only if that feels comfortable for you. Now, as you spend a little bit of time here sinking the hips, keep the heart center drawing forward to the top of the mat, you might find that you can go even deeper into this pose. Maybe the hands come down to the floor. Maybe the forearms even come down to the floor. Continue breathing space into the hips, whatever level you're on, even if you're all the way up onto the blocks at the highest level, still sinking the hips forward and down. You're going to feel a big stretch through the front of that left hip flexor. So it's the front of your hip here. Now, if your way down on the forearms or on the floor, start to climb your way back up onto those blocks. Give a little push into that right foot and lift the hips just a bit. Then flip this left hand block over to at least the medium, maybe the low level, and step it way off to the left, even off the mat. Start to lean your weight over into that left hand block. Take the right hand to the right thigh, and then push the right hand into the thigh, push the left hand into the block, sink the hips forward and down, open your chest in a twist to the right. Take a big inhale, open mouth, exhale. Maybe you sink a tiny bit deeper, one more inhale. Exhale and unwind. Take the right hand to the block. Bring that left hand block in. Push down into the blocks and slide this right knee back to meet the left and into your elevated tabletop here. Okay, do that second side. Push down into the blocks and slide the left toes back. Then pull that left foot forward outside the left hand block and turn your toes out at a bit of an angle. So right pointing off the left hand corner of the mat. As you inhale, sink the hips down, push into the blocks, lift the chest, maybe look up. As you exhale, start to pull the hips back, pop the left toes up, come through your half split. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, take it back. Take these as slow as you like. So you might take 2 breaths in between each movement. Make it your own. Feel that length through the back of the left leg, the opening through the front of the right hip. One more here. And bring yourself forward and start to sink into your lizard lunge. Again, pushing the hips forward and down. You might flip the blocks levels. Maybe you take the blocks away and take the hands to the floor, or maybe you lower forearms to blocks at any level. And then that left leg has the same option here. It can stay planted or it might roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Keep your heart drawing forward and your hips sinking down. Take your breath where it needs to go, using inhales and exhales to find a little more opening through the hips here. And start to work your way back up, lifting up onto those blocks if you're not already there. Give a little push into that left heel and lift the hips back up. Then flip this right hand block down to at least the medium level, maybe even the low level, and take it way off to the right. Take your right hand to that block and your weight with it as you sweep this left hand to the left thigh. Then push into both hands, pushing that left thigh away from you, sinking the right hip flexor down towards the mat. So the front of the right hip is getting a lot of opening here. Find a big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One more inhale. Slow unwind on an exhale back through center. Pop that right hand block back up. Push down into the block. Sweep this left knee back to meet the right. Now crisscross the ankles or sweep your legs off to one side. Come down through a seat and all the way back onto the back. Release yourself down onto the mat. Draw your knees up and into the chest. Take one hand onto each knee as you inhale. Push the knees away from you. As you exhale, draw them up into your chest. Inhale, push the knees away. Exhale, draw them up. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Let's do two more. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Last one. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Then take one hand onto each knee if you're not there already and circle them away from and towards one another. And take those circles in the opposite direction. Draw the knees up into the chest. Now take them wide towards the armpits. Flatten your shoulders and your tailbone down on the mat. Now you can stay here, pulling the thighs to the outer edges of the torso, or take your full happy baby now by reaching the arms up the insides of the legs, grabbing the outsides of both feet and flexing the feet up towards the ceiling, pulling the knees down towards the mat. Maybe you rock side to side by drawing on one knee or one leg and then the other. You can do this whether you're in full happy baby or you're just squeezing the legs up and into the torso. Breathe that opening into the hips, which are feeling a little more open now from the beginning of class. We've created some space and some opening for the hips. Start to release the knees, draw the legs up and into the chest. Start to lift your head and chest, squeeze yourself up into the tightest little ball that you can. And then release the feet down to the mat. Take the arms wide to your cactus, windshield wiper knees, side to side. Let it be very gentle here. Going all the way back through center. Take any last movements that your body's calling for before you make your way back into Shavasana. Now, there's an option to grab your blanket and recreate that original pose from the beginning of class for our final rest here. So again, you'll take the soles of the feet together, that blanket across, tuck it up underneath the knees, and then recline yourself all the way back for your Shavasana, allowing for this gentle hip and inner thigh opening. Whatever pose you find yourself in, whether you're lying flat, arms and legs extended, or you're on your side, or you're in this reclined Baddha Konasana, close the eyes, refocus attention inward. Smooth out the forehead, smooth out the breath. any tension. With each exhale, let it go and sink deeper into this shape. Feel your back body resting against the floor. Feel the gentle rise and fall in your chest as you breathe. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to come out of this Shavasana, start to close the legs slowly up like a book. Begin to roll yourself to one side, coming into a fetal position. You can rest your head on your arm or make a pillow of your hands. Take a few breaths there before pushing your way up and into a seated position. You keep your eyes soft or closed and taking hands to heart center. We'll release today's practice with a deep breath in the nose and out the mouth. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a beautiful rest of your day. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know in the comments any other yoga things you would